Good morning, students. Lastly, we have gone through the decision making statement, that is control structure, and in control structure we have completed with the concept of decision making statements like if else, multiple if else, and switch. Then we have started with go to statement, and as we know the theoretical part of go to statement, it comes into the two different flavors, that is forward go to statement and backward go to statement. As per the review of computer experts, it is bit dangerous to use go-to statement into the routine programming language because it violates the terms and condition of programming language. Because C is a structured programming language, everything should goes line by line on a conditional base, and go-to statement might violate the condition statement of the entire program, and it terminates unconditionally the sequence of the code. That's why it is not suggestible by the expert society not to use go to statement in routine programming, but the concept we need to study as given into the syllabus. So we have taken our program for the same, where we have printed 1 to 5 numbers onto the screen, even 1 to n number onto the screen, which you can right now see on my desktop screen. Now let's continue with some another program. In next program will print n to one number. That means starting from the last number to the first number will print the numbers. Say for example, suppose I have entered 5, then output will be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have learned that how to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll reverse the number using go to statement. So for that, let's start with C. Now make a comment like this: write a program to demonstrate the use of go to statement for printing n to one number. This is the definition of my program. Now I have to start by printing n till 1. So I no need to change anything in this first line. Integer a equals to 1. This is the last number and n is the starting number. So after that there is a basic function called CLRACR. Then printf enter your number, scanf %d and %n, which reads the user's number. And here we have to make a one change, printf %a. Instead of that we have to print n, because we have to start printing the numbers from n. Then n minus minus, which reduce the number from a given to 1. It's a postfix decrement operator. Then there is a condition checking if if n greater than equals to 1. So over here no need to declare the variable called a also, I think so. And then the repetition using the go to statements. Let me first check the code. If it's okay, I will explain you again. Here I am giving 6, so output should be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's correct. So let's learn how this program works. So I am just debugging the code. First it will ask for one number from the user. Say for example, now I am entering 7. So the value of n is 7. This 7 is printed onto the screen by this particular printf statement. Then this 7 became 6 because I have written n minus minus, and value of n is 6. Value of n is 7. It became 6 by minus minus. Then it checks, is it greater than equals to 1? So condition is true. Condition is true. Control statement goes back to the printf statement. 6 is printed. Then 6 becomes 5. 5 is also greater than equals to 1. 5 will be printed, then 4 will be printed, then 3 will be printed, 2 will be printed, 1 will also be printed as equals to I have taken. Now it becomes 0. So 0, 4, 0, for the value of n which is 0, this condition becomes false, and program gets terminated. So we'll get 765432 S output onto the screen. So this is correct. Let me rerun again, and I'm entering 10. Then what will be the output? It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So this is correct. Now let's see this code for better visibility in Notepad. So it would be proper for all of us. I'm going into the Notepad. And I am opening this code. I have saved this as a 2.c, I think. Yes. This is the command: write a program to demonstrate the use of goto statement for printing n to 1 number. Then hash include stdio.h, void bin, opening bracket, integer n. I require only the one variable for this program, clr printf, enter your number, scanf %d n. So here first time I have entered 5, so this value of n becomes 5. Then there is a one label. This label name you can kept any, but whatever the label name kept over here should be same after the goto statement. So keep this thing in your mind. So first of all, this printf statement will print 5 as it is onto the screen. Now this n minus minus removes the one value, deducts the one value from the value of n, so it becomes 4. Then it checks this condition: is 4 greater than equals to 1, the condition becomes true. Then again the goto statement works. Then it prints 4 onto the screen, 4 becomes 3. For 3, this condition is also true, so this goto statement also works. 3 will be printed onto the screen, 3 becomes 2. 2 is also true in this condition, goto works. 2 will be printed, 2 becomes 1. For 1, this condition is also true, the repetition will done and 1 will be printed onto the screen. Then 1 becomes 0. For 0, this condition is false, so this goto statement will not repeats. A program get terminated onto the screen, and my output onto the screen is 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So in this way, the entire program for printing n to 1 number works. So I hope this is clear for all of you. Now let's continue with some other programs. What I want to print in another program, I want to print the square of n to 1 number using goto statement. See, right now n to 1 number is printing onto the screen, right? Let me see you again. Suppose I have entered 5, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is there. But now what I want to do, I want to print the square of all these numbers: 5 square, 4 square, 3 square, 2 square, 1 square, whatever the value of this squared number should be there onto the screen. So for that, a single change I have to do in this entire program, and that change is I have to multiply the value of n with itself once more, which makes a square of the program. Let me rerun the code, and right now I am entering only 3, then 3, 2, 1 is there. So what is the square of 3? I think 9. The square of 2 is 4, and the square of 1 is 1 itself. So 9, 4, 1 is printing onto the screen. Now let me give something more value. 5 is 25, 4 into 4, 16, 3 into 3, 9, 2 into 2, 4, and 1 into 1, 1. So it prints the square of 5 numbers, right? Now let's see this code properly onto the screen in Notepad. Same my program is there. Write a program to demonstrate the use of goto statement for printing square of 1 to n to 1 numbers. So this program needs only one change, where we have to multiply the value of n by itself one more time. It prints the square of that particular number. So this is a very simple program which you can done by yourself. Yet we have done the two programs that you have to mention in your journals. Let me write over here. Write a program to print n to 1 number using go to statement. This is my program number 1 in today's session. Write a program to print n to 1 number, write a program to print square of n to 1 number using go to statement. Right, this is my program number 2 which I have done in today's lecture. Now let's have a look about program number 3 which you have to done by yourself. And for writing the code of this program, you have to refer my past lectures, old lectures. Write a program to print square of 1 to n number using go to statement. Write a program to print square of 1 to n number using go to statement. That means in this program, if I entered 3 as an input, then what will be the output? 9, 4 and 1. And whatever the code that I have given, that you have to write by yourself, the output for the same should be 1, 4 and 9. There is a one simple change into the entire logic which give you the output of this particular program if you refer my previous lecture. So let's continue with some another code. Next program is, let me resize this window so it would be better visible for you. Write a program to print only even numbers between 1 to n. Read this definition carefully. What we have to do, write a program to print only even numbers between 1 to n. We have to print only the even numbers which comes in between 1 to n. Say for example, my n inputted value is 5. So first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. Now in this series, which are the even numbers are there? These are 2 and 4. So the output should be 2 and 4 only. Clear? So let's see how to make this program in C. So let's go back into the C compiler. Here we are. 1 to n number means here we have to go for a is equals to 1 till n. Then we have to print a. What I does first, I'm just printing 1 to n number first. Then I will modify the program. A plus plus and a is less than equals to n. I just want to print yet 1 to n number. Then I will make the change. Oops, what happened? 1 plus a plus plus becomes, okay, here I have made the mistake. Over here there should be a variable called n. Right, so it's 1 2 3 4 5. This program we have already done in previous lecture. First I will change the definition, write a program to demonstrate the use of goto statement for printing even numbers between 1 to n numbers. Clear? Let's save the code. Right now it prints only 1 to n numbers. Now I want to search for even numbers. So for that, what I have to do? Here I am getting a number. Then in this window I have to check if a modulus by 2 and its remainder is 0. That means if a is divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, then it should be printed. That means it's a even number. We have written the program for checking the number is odd or even. That logic I am applying over here, and everything else becomes as it is. So let's check the code, will it work or not. I am entering 5, then my desired output is that is 2 and 4. Let me check for 10. How many odd numbers, how many even numbers are there in between 1 to 10? That is 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 itself. That is the 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is there onto the screen. So in this way the program works. In this program we have included the decision making statements in goto statement. That means we have included decision making statements in repetition also. Now let's see it again step by step. Here the value of a is initialized as 1, then it asks for one number. Say for example I am entering 5, so the value of n is equals to 5. Here it checks a, that is 1, modulus 2 is equals to 0. It's not divided by 2, remainder is not 0, so it will not print a. A becomes 2, 2 is less than 5, 2 is divided by 0, so it prints 2 onto the screen. 2 becomes 3, 3 is less than equals to 5 because the value of 5 n is 5, but it is not printed onto the screen. Then it 3 becomes 4, 4 is divided by 2, then it will be printed onto the screen. 4 becomes 5, 5 is not divided by 0 and the remainder is not 0, so it will not print onto the screen. And finally the output is 2 and 4. Now let's see the same thing in Notepad. This is the comment that I am not going to repeat. After the structure of C, the value of A is equals to 1. So remember that the value of A is 1 and there is another variable called n. Then there is a message, enter your number, scanf %d and %n. Here suppose I am entered 5, so value of n becomes 5. Then there is a label, then it checks the value of A is divisible by 2 and is remainder 0. So 1 divides 2, remainder becomes fractional. So this condition becomes false, it will not print the value of A. A becomes 2. For 2 this condition is true because 2 is less than equals to 5. Repetition goes up, 2 is divisible by 2, condition becomes true, so 2 will be printed onto the screen. 2 becomes 3, 3 is also less than equals to 5, but 3 is not divisible by 2 because it's fractional. Remainder is there, it will not print it onto the screen, it's like a 3 print nahi thai. Then 3 becomes 4. For 4 this condition is also so true because 4 is less than equals to 5, control goes up. 4 is divisible by 2 because the remainder is 0, so 4 will be printed onto the screen. 4 becomes 5. For 5 this condition is also true, but this condition is false, so it will not print 5 onto the screen. 5 became 6, and for 6 this condition becomes false because 6 is not less than equals to 5. So this program terminates and it prints the two value onto the screen, that is 2 and 4. If I enter 10, then 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 will be the out. So in this way this program works. I hope all of you have understand how to make this program. Now let's go for something else which you have to done by yourself. Write a program to print only even numbers between n to 1 numbers. If you done all previous program and this one also, then this program will be very easier for all of you. Now some more program that you have to done by yourself, that is write a program to print only odd number between 1 to n. Now if you done this program very well, all this program very well, then it's very easy for you to display. You have to just make a one change in the program that I will show you in a one program. Let me finish my definitions. Then write a program to print only odd number between n to 1 number. Write a program to print only odd number between n to 1 number. From these two I am making a one program. Now to make this program, what I am doing, this is for printing n to 1 numbers, n to 1 even numbers in the program, right? So here I am just changing the condition of if not equals to 0. Then let me run the program and I am entering the value 5, then the output should be 1, 3 and 5. So it's there, this is correct. What I have done in this program, let me show you into the notepad. By changing the single thing, this entire program works very fine. Here I have made the change. First it is equals to 0, that means it will check for the remainder is 0, and it will check for not remainder 0. If remainder is not 0, then the number is odd. If remainder is 0, then the number is even. So as far as the definition is concerned, we have to print only the numbers who are odd. So for that, here I have changed the definition by equals to 0 to not equals to 0. I am just keeping this screen for 1 to 2 minutes onto the screen. You just note down this program. This program will print n to 1 numbers. This program will print only odd n to 1 numbers onto the screen. I hope you have written this program in your journals or a book. Now let's move on for some another code. Some more practice that we want to do. 1, 2, 4 plus. Now we want to go for this exercise. Write a program to print sum of 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, plus 4 square and plus 5 square using goto statement. Let's start the code. Now write a program to print. I make this comment very short. Write a program to print sum of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. Here I am unable to write square. You have to write it in your journals, right? 1 square, 2 square, 3 square up to 5. So it's the matter of printing first 1 to 5 numbers. So let me print 1 to 5 number first. It's there onto the screen. 1 2 3 4 5. Let me put slash n for new line. 5 1 2 3 4 5. Now what I have to do, I have to make a square of all these numbers. So we have done that program also. A into a make square. 5 1 4 9 16 25. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16 and 5 square is 25. Now I have to print sum of all these square, not a square. So I have to do one change over here. First I am making this thing as a comment. Then here I have to take a one variable called sum that I have to initialize by 0. Why I am initializing sum is 0? Because sum will be done of two number. Minimum two numbers we require to perform the sum. That is addition. So here I am writing sum equals to sum plus a into a, that is a square. And then after this goto statement we have to write printf percentage d comma sum. Let me check first there are no errors. For 5 124 5 there is a 55 answer. Let's check for some lower value. Let's say for example I am entering 2, then 1 square and 2 square. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4. So 4 plus 1 is equals to 5. 5 is the correct answer. So it works. Let's check for 3. 3 for 3 is 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So 9 plus 4, 10, 11, 12, 30 and 14 should be the answer. It's correct. So let's see how it works to the notepad. Many tags I have opened. Let me close all these things. Now I am opening this tag. For this program I required three variables a, n and sum equals to 0. It asks for the number. Here suppose I am entering 3. I am taking a very low number first because we just want to learn the how program works. 3. Then here what happens, sum is equals to sum plus a into a. That means a is what, 1, 1 into 1 1, sum is 0, so 0 plus 1 becomes 1, so the value of sum for first repetition is 1. Then a becomes 2 because here I have written a plus plus, so it becomes 2. 2 is less than equals to n. Yes, 2 is less than equals to n because n is 3. This condition is true. This repetition goes up. Here the value of sum is 1. Value of a is 2 into 2, that is 4. 4 plus 1 becomes 5. So sum becomes 5. Now the value of a becomes from 2 to 3. For 3 this condition is true. Repetition goes up. Now the value of 3 is value of a is 3. 3 into 3 9. The value of sum is 5. So 9 plus 5 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. The last one is 14. Value of sum is 14. Now a becomes 4. For 4 this condition becomes false. This repetition will not done and the value of last sum will be printed onto the screen, and that is 40. So in this way this program works. I hope you have understand how this program executes onto the screen. I know this is little bit difficult to digest this type of program, but we have to keep this habit for learning through the online platform. There is a difference. If we are face to face and I am learning, I am teaching you something, it's bit easy for you to digest, and from the distance it is bit difficult to understand that what I want to say, but I will try my level best to understand by giving you the repetitive examples for the different options, different theoretical options as well as the practical options. So thank you very much students for listening me, and have a nice day and have a very happy weekend. Now we will meet on Wednesday because Monday and Tuesday there will be no lecture of myself in your class. Thank you so much for listening me.